when someone is studying sociology, if I am a student of sociology, then what are the things that I should take care of? What are the things that I should be prepared with before writing the exam? Let's start with the sociology syllabus. It is divided into two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 deals with the fundamentals of sociology. Now, one thing that I should know is the meanings of all the terms given in the syllabus. This is the most important thing that I should know. I should know the meanings of all the terms given in the syllabus. So whether it is modernity, whether it is social changes, whether it is emergence, I should know these meanings. I may or may not remember these definitions word by word, but I should understand what is meant by these words. So, when I am making notes, then if there are certain terms whose meanings are confusing or whose meanings are difficult to remember, I am going to write them down in my notebook. This is the first point. That means meanings of all the terms given in the syllabus, they should occupy a major portion in my notes. Second is thinkers. By thinkers, we do not mean only the 6 thinkers given in topic 4 of paper 1. By thinkers, we refer to each and every thinker who has been mentioned in the syllabus, in the textbook, in the notes. That person may be a critique, may be a small thinker compared to the classical thinkers, or may have contributed only a small portion in sociology, yet that thinker should find a place in my notes. So the first one will be all the terms of the syllabus. Second should be all the thinkers. Now, third will be different perspectives. Now, by perspectives, we mean the major perspectives which find mention again and again. For example, we are talking about the perspectives in stratification, in work and economic life, politics, religion, kinship and social change. So, we are talking about 6 areas where we find perspectives. So, the first one will be different terms of the syllabus. Second one will be thinkers, each and every thinker, whether he or she is a major thinker or a minor thinker, or whether he or she is a critique or he or she has given a certain perspective. All thinkers should find mention in my notes. Thirdly, all the major perspectives. By perspectives, we are referring to those perspectives which we find again and again or repeatedly. Here we find them in stratification, work and economic life, politics, religion, kinship and social change. So, these 3 should find mention in my notes. Now, when we look at paper 2, then we find that there is a certain change, yet there is also a similarity with paper 1. Now, here again we will start with different terms which are mentioned, because in paper 2 what happens in Indian sociology, many of us are not aware of many terms of Indian society. We are not aware of the Sanskrit version or what we mean by Sanskritic version. Like, for example, we have ashramas, we have varnas, we have jatis. We may or may not be aware. So we should not be ashamed, but we should make it a point to know the meanings of all these terms. So here again in paper 2 also, which deals with Indian society, we will again make it a point to note down all the meanings of different terms given in the syllabus. Secondly, we will look at all the thinkers. By thinkers, again, we are referring to all thinkers. We do not discriminate between major thinker or minor thinker or critique or major proponent. We are referring to all thinkers whosoever appears in any textbook. For example, if Iravati Kadve, her theory is not mentioned in our syllabus, yet we find that she is a very popular thinker. She is a popular sociologist, so we will write her name also. Similarly, we have Vandana Shiva. We will write her name also. So when we are writing down different thinkers' names, we should also know at least 4 to 5 points of each thinker. What was the major contribution, in which area they contributed? Maybe there was a major study associated with that thinker, so we should know all these things. Thirdly, again, we will have different perspectives. Now these perspectives, there are about 6 to 7 perspectives. For example, we have Indological perspective, we have Marxist perspective, we have structural functional perspective, we have stratification perspective. These perspectives we should know by heart, and we should also know the thinkers who have contributed under each perspective. So when we look at paper 1 and paper 2, what are the things that you should note down? You should note down the meanings of the terms in each paper. You should know the thinkers mentioned in each paper, however great or small their contribution may be, and you should know the perspectives given in each paper. Now, how should I make notes? Should I make lengthy notes or should I make micro notes? Now, you will start with your usual style, and usually most of us, we write long notes. This is because when we are new to a subject, then we do not know how to segregate between different points. So we may write in paragraph form. It is okay. It is not an issue. You can write lengthy notes. You can write, let's say, 40-page notes you have written. So these notes you are going to revise a few times. You are going to revise and you are going to see how much you can recall, how much you can remember. So this process will continue for few months, let's say 2 months, because you will need to read again and again. But when the exam approaches, then you will have to slightly make few changes in your revision strategy, because you cannot revise so many pages, 200 pages of notes before the exam. So what do? You are going to take your notes and you are going to filter. You are going to write only keywords or few words for each topic. So you are going to downsize your notes. You are going to reduce your lengthy notes. Let's say this is the notes into a small note. So you are going to do this for every topic so that before the exam you have, let's say, 50 pages notes for P1 plus P2 plus current affairs. This is just an hypothetical example. So this is what you will do. But you will start with large or lengthy notes, and then you will gradually cut down into small notes. These small notes you cannot make in the first attempt itself. So please be patient and please wait for the right time to make these notes. Do not be in a hurry to jump to make micro notes, because if you straight away make micro notes, then there will be gaps in your understanding. You will make notes, let's say you will note down only keywords, but before the exam you may not be able to understand what these keywords or what these short forms stand for. So before that you need to master the long form of your notes, and only then you can understand the micro notes for revision. So once again I am going to repeat. You will note down the different terms, the different thinkers, and the different perspectives. By terms we refer to all the terms given in the syllabus. By thinkers we refer to all the thinkers which are found in your textbook, in your notes. And by perspectives we are referring to the major perspectives which are repeated every now and then, like the Marxist perspective, the structural functional perspective, the functional perspective, and symbolic perspective. And let's say in paper 2 it may be indological perspective, stratification perspective. So we can give different names to all the perspective, it does not matter, but only the major perspectives which are found repeatedly, that should be there in your notes. So this is how you should approach note making. All the best.